free speech. It's everywhere.
If you're a new listener, just type in Pentagon tested gay bomb on Iraq.
We live in a world of political tension.
Last week has not been a good one for the presidents. Hell, the last 2 years hasn't been a good one for the president.
Media and news outlets conveying their thoughts on certain matters.
Howie, this is amazing. CNN does not have one on-air talent that could be considered a conservative.
Celebrities using social media to gather or hype up their crowds to follow their opinion.
Hey, for me, I don't know, I believe in a president having character, and I don't feel like he's got character.
This may seem like chaos in certain extreme cases.
They didn't consider using it. They've used it on our troops. In Vietnam, they'd spray PCP on the troops.
CNN ran wall-to-wall coverage about a meeting that Paul Manafort supposedly took with Julian Assange, which now we find out actually never happened.
He's like Newton's third law. For every Trump, there is an equal and opposite Trump.
You think PCP, some horse tranquilizers, something?
It might not seem as easy as what you might expect. And so if
they got stuff that'll whack your brain permanently.
And Trump facing criticism right now over the...
But the crimes, Howie, have nothing to do with the president.
calling off the trip because he could not chopper to it in the rain.
imagine having to drive 30 miles to the county seat.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
He's not for me.
Do you understand that? Serious crap.
But it's better than what some countries have faced or are currently dealing with.
During World War II, Stalin implemented some very aggressive strategies to control, more or less, what opinions the citizens had on those political issues. With the decree on press, many couldn't even share their opinions without being imprisoned or their house being raided and searched for banned books and other illegal items. Like all other humans, they didn't like being suppressed and controlled in every aspect of life. So many found loopholes and ways to get around Stalin's rules. One of the earliest examples of this being the Western radio stations. They began broadcasting to Russians the real news and what was really going on in the current world, not what Stalin wanted them to think was going on in the current world. These broadcasts quickly ceased to exist in Soviet Russia. While the West couldn't broadcast to the Russians could broadcast to each other in some instances. Many Westerners and Easterners began to radio back and forth what was going on in each other's seemingly different worlds.
Countries such as North Korea do not allow the freedom of speech. There is no media outlet or celebrities that form their own opinions. The only opinion is the one that their leader sets for them. And while some speak out against them, most people get killed or pushed under the rug. These people and their speech is suppressed by a tyrannical government as well as their dictator, who wants nothing more than power. These people have never had the experience to express their feelings or opinions on the things happening around them. It just goes to show that our right of free speech can go a long way, and no matter how biased or crazy the things people say in the United States might be, at least you have the right to say it.
What is freedom of speech? I ask myself that every day. Many have different views on it, but this is probably, if not, the most important constitutional right an American citizen could have. This is what separates us from other countries. We as a people have the right to undermine the government. We can post social media updates and criticize them on certain policy moves without the threat on our lives. We can criticize even teachers, even friends. May be inappropriate, but we have the right to do it. We won't be arrested. We won't, our lives won't be put at risk. That's the key thing. Now, yes, there are limits, of course, but just being able to speak your mind, getting your ideas out there. Yes, people will always bug you down. I mean, people will always say, that's a dumb idea, or you shouldn't be saying that, or how can you say that? Well, you can say it because you have the freedom of speech. You have the right to express yourself. You see, us speaking our mind shapes the world into a better image. this is what makes us better. Lets us check each other, lets us bring a definition to democracy. Even me speaking to you right now is a form of freedom of speech. I don't feel threatened. I don't feel like anyone's gonna come, arrest me or, threaten my life. And that's what democracy should feel like.